Habarima Africa. You know, we have criticized black parties a lot of times and criticized their leaders. We have fired at the MK, saying that the MK will not survive without Jacob Zuma. How long will the MK actually survive without Jacob Zuma? We have done the same with the EFF. Some people have asked, is there an EFF political party beyond the life of Julius Zille Malema? But I have not seen anyone asking, is there a democratic alliance without the racist GOGO Zille? Huh? I mean, the chairperson of the Federal Council. Without this woman, is there a democratic alliance? The answer is a simple no. There is no quality in the Democratic Alliance. There is no depth in the leadership of the Democratic Alliance. There is no outstanding performances from the Democratic Alliance. Only this racist woman who actually is backed by investors, backed by the business community. That is her only backing. Now, my question I want to ask in this video is that, is there a democratic alliance beyond Helen Zille? Think about it. Think about all the leaders you know of the Democratic Alliance, John Steenhuisen and the likes. Are they anywhere close to the quality of racism, the quality of connection, the quality of negotiation skills, the quality of stubbornness, the qualityness of everything that GOGO Zille has? Are they even close to her? We need to ask this question. And I also want to ask an additional question, and you have to stay tuned to know what that additional question is all about. Let's talk about GOGO Zille, the Democratic Alliance, and much more.
Welcome to King Said So, Africa's one land, one language, one currency, one army on King Said So. Africans can unite. Your Pan-Africanist podcast. Enjoy.
So we aren't, I'll be quite honest, I mean, we could threaten to bring KwaZulu-Natal down if they don't agree to the document's terms in Gauteng, but we're not going to do that. We're not irresponsible people. We don't want to hand KwaZulu-Natal to MK and the EFF. It would be a total disaster for that province. So we're not about to do that. There are other levers that we're going to use, obviously there are. But we're not going to say the people of KwaZulu-Natal can be thrown to the dogs, not at all.
Let me make a prediction. Because the ANC doesn't know what it stands for anymore, because it can't revert to principles, because it hasn't got any, believe me, in my lifetime, I will see that party die too.
There's genuine racism still, there is. I'm not going to ever deny that, and where I see it, I hate it. But this whole notion of critical race theory, which says every single institution, every single interaction in society is infused with white male heterosexual domination, and everybody's role is to disaggregate that, dismantle that, destroy that. And all the institutions have been built to defend the white patriarchy. That's the theory behind it. And it comes in very crude form over Twitter and Facebook from America and all of that kind of nonsense. And then everybody thinks, oh, the reason why I'm not in this position must be because of racism, or the reason that I haven't succeeded in this must be because of racism. And that doesn't mean to say racism does not exist, but it is very dangerous to turn that into a reason or an excuse for everything.
Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King Said So. I'm your host, Kagiso Hlongwane Zinjiva Sono, and we're back at it again with another one. And in this video, I want to ask a very important question. And that question is, can the Democratic Alliance survive without the Godzilla? Think about it. What type of leadership qualities are there? in the Democratic Alliance besides this GOGO? Now, we have always asked this question about the MK. Can the MK survive? How long will they survive? How long will they be intact without Jacob Zuma? We have asked the same question about the economic freedom fighters. How long will they survive? How long can they keep together without Julius Zille, the CIC, Malema? And we have asked it even about small parties like the Pathetic Alliance, without Gayton Mackenzie. Are they going to survive really? I mean, he's the funding brain of that political party. Kenny will not be able to carry because Kenny is not a politician. And Vuyo Zongula, is there an ATM party without Vuyo Zongula? Can you name 4 politicians from the ATM? That's why I've always said, Monday, the ATM must join the MK or the EFF, whatever party they feel they get their magnet attraction to. They must join them to save that political party. But anyway, the question today is the Democratic Alliance. GOGO Zille, as far as I could remember, except for Tony, GOGO Zille has always been in the forefront of this racist party. Always been on the forefront, even because she's the chairperson of the Federal Council. The Democratic has got a little bit different structure. They've got a Federal Council, and you've got what we call the Federal Leader. That is the political leader, like Cyril Ramaphosa, Jacob Zuma, and all of that. That is the guy. But then you've got what we call chairperson of the Federal Council, of which is what GOGO Zille is, where GOGO Zille is sitting, and she actually runs the party from that seat. She's the engine of the party. Not only that, she's the brains of the party. Listen, guys, stop beating around the bush. There is no one in the Democratic Alliance that is anywhere close to political racism, to political connections, to political experience, to political know-how, knowledge, to political negotiation skills, to political anything in the Democratic Alliance. Nobody is even close to GOGO Zille. So there is only one person that must go in that party, and that party will die because their racism has not allowed them to pick the proper leaders. What do I mean about that? They had Herman Mashaba. Look how great the Action SA is doing. They had Herman Mashaba. And many other leaders that have left, Abu Van Dam and all of that. But they had Herman Mashaba. Also financially stable, connected in politics, connected in the business world, understand politics very well. They got rid of that guy. They themselves called a motion of no confidence against their own mayor in Johannesburg. Crazy. And then they had these other soft sell out, a pure Cleverback, a pure coconut. Like when you talk about a person who does not see race, you talk about Bargimang. Musi Maimane. Musi Maimane is the perfect guy to run the DA. I mean, why would you not want that guy to run the DA? Why? I don't get it. He's the perfect guy to run the DA. And the DA got rid of him also. They got rid of him when he was the federal leader, the leader of the political party. They said, Musi Maimane, we don't like what you are doing. You are going out. Why? He cited racism. He said himself that they made it unbearable for him to be a leader. Even walking in the corridors, you could just see everyone is working against you, and he decided, no, I'm going to resign from this thing because it's too much. Now, one thing that because they are Democratic Alliance, Racist Cratic Alliance is doing to other leaders of the other parties, they are not doing to the Democratic Alliance. Look at the attack that the Democratic had on Jacob Zuma, for example. They financed that attack. They made sure, this GOGO Zille, it's her. They made sure that the media is continuously brainwashing the audience, me and you, telling us a vision on television. They made sure that they brainwash us to tell us Jacob Zuma is so corrupt. The Guptas are the most corrupt. And, we must forget about the evergreen contracts that are there in Eskom, and we must focus on the 3% that the Guptas were supplying of coal in Eskom. So they made a beautiful, like a big black cloud over Jacob Zuma and got rid of him. And after that, they started promoting who? Cyril Ramaphosa. Oh, this guy is perfect. He's the perfect guy. You guys should climb against after him, back him up, and make sure that he's the next president. What happened after he became the president? They started attacking him also. They put racist people in positions like Andre the Raider at Eskom, no experience whatsoever on the energy, and he went from writing articles to being the CEO of Eskom. Let's be honest here, and messed up that whole thing. Jose Nzo has saved South Africa. I will continue saying I don't like Jose Nzo as a person, but as the Minister of Energy, of Eskom, of electricity, he did an excellent job there in Eskom, and he's continuing to do the Eskom. We've got lights, people. We've got lights. So he did an excellent job there. And then you had the business environment because of GOGO Zille putting the pressure. You remember before before as the negotiations were happening, and now we know. You will check my other video where I break down Solima Paila's speech at Pop Crew CEC. You guys will see when I talk about that. We know that the negotiation for the government of national confusion was there before we even went to vote. We just went to go stand there in the queues, and this whole thing was predetermined according to Soli. So now, GOGO Zille is that lady that had that those threats to say, yeah, if the ANC works with the DA, the rand will crumble. And when she said that, when there was news on that the ANC is inviting everyone, is in talks with the EFF, the rand would actually suffer, because the rand is a human that feels pain, apparently. The rand can because our economy is not run by government, our economy is run by investors who do as they please in our country. So I was saying that to say this. Look at the attacks that they had on Jacob Zuma, even post Jacob Zuma leaving the ANC in the MK, fighting him, making sure that they keep on frustrating him, taking him to court, even jailing President Jacob Zuma. Now they are with Panyaza Lesufi, attacking him, making sure this person is against the Provincial Government of Unity, PGU, and the Government of National Confusion also there. Panyaza is the threat. They are attacking him. So my question I want to ask is, are you trying to tell me that the ANC can't infiltrate the Democratic Alliance with their intelligence? Are you trying to tell me that GOGO Zille has got no skeletons? And I'm sure that she's got quite a few. Financial skeletons, racism skeletons, some WhatsApp voice note leaks. Are you trying to tell me that we can't find anything on this woman? Or Tina, we are the only ones who play fair, but They playing dirty. They bought the referee, the IEC. They brought our players. They are not playing fair as the Democratic Alliance. They continue to attack the ANC left and right. They continue to attack the Economic Freedom Fighters left and right. They continue to attack the MK left and right. But Tina ongati Tina skwazi kulwa. Ungati Tina, we don't have the intelligence. Do you guys nangitola ukuthi ngithini? Yabona yiyo lento engiporayo kahle kahle mina. Mangicala ngithi hayi man why abantu bethu ngathi Thina saphayiza so? Asikwazi kuyilwa impi yama politics kahle. Rinta re lebeletse batho ba man batho ba konopa man left and right ba konopa ba re shapa man bara rena re dutse mola o ka re bona ba perfect ene gona dilo tse dintsi tse di iragalang ka tshepa ona dilo tse dintsi tse di iragalang in the background tse if you can just go and fish enough you can find those things ene ukhumbule ne ama attack wabo bayawa finance Thina asifuna ukufinance to go and dig loyo doti ngayo lo gogo lo. Asebenziseni ingqondo ma Africa. Akekho clean lo gogo lo ngiyakutshela. Can tell you for free akekho clean lo gogo lo. Akekho clean lo gogo lo. In fact, okay, let me not say that because I need to check. Let me check before I say something. Because I recorded something once upon a time. I recorded something. Let me just check for you guys if that recording is still here. These recordings don't have names on them. Okay, I'll double check. Hit me up. Na something na ngaye lo gogo that someone told me. Njenge journalist nga recorder. You never know when we'll need this file. So there's a recorder, listen to this. So I'm saying this to say this, my Africa. Let's not think like lo gogo lo luphele nokuluphela lo gogo. Ukugile lo muntu. Ukugile serious. Utsofetse. Angeke aphile fika na phakathi. This is not to sonini na naye zizomfikela ama pain omzimba. Angeke abe healthy forever. Ngaleso sikhathi la azoba in the background, will the Democratic be able to survive? That's the question I want you guys to answer on the question. Because think about it. Who else? Because nobody takes John Steenhuisen serious. Even if he can study and get a diploma or a degree or whatever, nobody takes John Steenhuisen as a threat. Nobody. The negotiations were always between Cyril Ramaphosa or Helen Zille and Fikile Mbalula. Okay, John Steenhuisen is just a Biden. Oh, Konje is a leader of this party. We must consult him also. He has no authority. He takes pure instructions from GOGO Zille because he's a half man. He's not in charge of the Democratic Alliance. And if I'm wrong, go on the comment section and tell me what is it that John Steenhuisen has done that has impressed you. Like, John Steenhuisen is the man in the DA. Nothing. Even when Musima Imane was the leader there was nothing that he was doing. They were just using him as a person to fight the ANC, Jacob Zuma, and all of that. There's nothing that Musima Imane did. Nothing. I can't remember anything that he did. It's just to go and just look at this corruption here, look at that corruption there. But when you point out the corruption of the Democratic Alliance, they keep quiet and then all of a sudden they don't know what corruption is. Yeah, guys. Yeah, so for me, let's stop playing clean when people are playing dirty with us. As Africans, let's stop this thing and forgive and forget. Yeah, we are the only ones that are doing that. We are the only race that is required to forgive or forget us. We are not God. It's God that can do this thing of forgive and forget. And history only repeats itself if the people in the future don't learn from history. Ngizwile angazi uyangitolerate or uzongithola later. I'm tolerating kancane guys. Ngitolerating kancane sisebenzisane mina nani. Because history repeats itself if those who live in the present and the future don't learn from history. It's like Tina siyazi history yethu. But anyway, Mthulile, my conclusion is that there is absolutely no democratic alliance past 5 years outside GOGO Zille. There isn't. You can argue with me on the comment section. And ngiyababona laba sebayagcwala laba yabazi muslaba laba basabilanga bayagcwala ema-comment section ami ningabayekeli baphefumule the way bafuna ngakhona lapho, because sometimes ngiyasebenza mangivula ngithi ubani uthini lo delete le yabona. And I think YouTube asikwazi ukublock abantu. We can only delete. I wonder if we can block people's. But anyways, mina ngikhuluma nama-Africa wami angina problem futhi ama-comment wabo akangihluphi that much. So give me your thoughts on the comment section. Do you think that there's a democratic alliance beyond the witchcraft of GOGO Zille? I don't know. You tell me. But also, as you are still busy with that, remember our channel. We're trying to 50,000 subscribers before the end of 2024. Believe we can. We are about 8,000 subscribers away from that dream. We can, man. Click the subscribe button if you are agreeing with the content. If you're a person that loves Pan-Africanism, a person that wants to learn about African unity, this is the perfect channel to do that. We are all learning. Nami, I'm still a small boy here, learning, very humble in the learning process. And also make sure that you make your contribution to the Pan-Africanist School of Economics, Technology and Agriculture. We call it PASETA in short. PASETA is the dream of us Africans uniting behind a major multi-million project that is going to change the projection of the educational sector in our country and also secure a brighter future for our children. So if you haven't already, send your contributions to the Pan-African School. It's a Capitec account, Capitec business account, I might add. Make sure that you put in the correct branch code. Make sure you put in the correct account number. And also we've got a WhatsApp number here. Don't call this number. Don't call it. Just send us a WhatsApp number here and I will communicate with you guys. When you send a WhatsApp and I don't reply immediately, just know I've got that number. So I will reply at some point on the day when I'm free. Because sometimes when I sit, it's just too many messages, too many voice notes that a person can waste a 2 hour of what I'm employed for on those minutes. So I've learned that lesson. I don't touch that phone during working hours. Only after hours that I will touch that phone. Even at night, you will see, most of you will see I reply at night when I'm sitting down and relax. Thank you so much for tuning in on King Said So. Until we meet again, don't forget to pray. But after you pray, stand up, African child. Do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism. I salute you.